Hi everybody! How lovely it is to see you once again. It's been rather a long time since our last stream. And that's for a variety of reasons, isn't it?
It is.
Number one, of course, we were readjusting things in the office, in the main office. So we were undertaking renovations for about a period of 2 weeks. And then I caught a little something, didn't I?
You did.
I did. I've been rather ill, everybody, because I caught
The dreaded.
vid.
After 2.5 years.
After 2.5 years. Can you imagine that? And it really wasn't even my fault.
No, I'll give you that.
It wasn't my fault. It was the mothership. She gave me an absolutely tremendous megadose of virus after she caught it at the cinema, watching Top Gun.
Yes.
Tom Cruise, you're not worth it. I'm sorry. Right, who is here? Oh, hi everybody. Let's see who's here. Mike, lovely to see you. Yeah, I'm feeling much better, thank you. Heggers, hi. Thank you so much to Leo and Sky, our lovely moderators, who checked in on me when I was very, very poorly as well. Thank you so much for, extending your well wishes. And also Kiltia, thank you very much for sending me a little message on Twitter as well. I was far too ill to respond, but Lucy did say that you'd sent your wishes and they're very much appreciated, so thank you. Fiery Ali, it's lovely to see you. Just missed you all. Yeah, same. I really have missed everybody. Savage Crumpet says, check bitrate, stream is stuttering like mad. Yeah, it does look like it's stuttering a little bit on my video as well. Bear with us 1 second, guys. Angelic Sordian, lovely to see you. Good evening. We may be having technical difficulties.
After all this
time, why not, eh?
Oh dear.
Nothing ever runs smoothly in life.
That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Maybe.
Dutch says, yeah, he thought it was just him, but... How's that, everybody?
Maybe better?
Yeah. Let us know if that's better. Technical difficulties are to be had. And Hayley said, I thought it was my broadband, so I've just renewed it. Dutch says, so far, so good. Oh, fantastic. It's lovely to see you as well, Dutch. Yeah. So, you okay, Roxy?
Yeah, I was going to go and try and sort the lead out.
Just go that way.
I'm going to be
Have we tracked the lead in the door? Is that
potentially
okay? Does that affect bit rate?
It
Some-
has dropped since we started. I've just checked. We're at around 500.
Okay. We think we might have trapped the lead in the door. And I can only compare.
Why don't you just
I
get
can
that one
only
underneath
compare that
lead?
to, you know, when you stand on a hose pipe, and surely that's how electricity works, right? You know, when you stand on a hose pipe and the water is throttled.
I mean, it's possible.
I've just witnessed Roxy doing a military-style crawl across the studio floor. But Roxy, you know, the audience would not have minded if you had come into shot for a moment.
I know, right?
I don't get in shot.
She's going back under.
I won't go that way.
All right, stealth mode activated. And Savage Crumpet says, yes, it works like a hose. I believe you entirely. Right, so how is everybody doing? Because it's been a month since we saw you all last. And since that time, actually, our Kickstarter finished. And incredibly, it reached £6,000, which is far beyond what we were expecting. Because we really, really did want £1,000. Wildest dreams territory would have been 3,000. So for it to get to 6,000, bear in mind, it is a niche within a niche within a niche. It's nicheception. So we were incredibly thrilled with that. And in fact, I've been preparing the artwork for the zine for the past day and a half. So that's what I've been occupying myself with. That's been keeping me out of trouble.
Well, of course, whilst you were poorly, me and Roxy had to hold the fort, so to speak. So it's been very difficult, really. It's been all hands on deck.
Busy times.
It's not what we needed after the office reorganisation, reset, restock, stock check. It's not really what we needed, but we got through it.
Yeah, because of course we came straight from Games Expo as well into our renovation period, which is generally a very a not terribly busy time of year for us because people are preparing for the holidays and one thing or another. So it's generally not a very busy time for us. And it was, of course, an incredibly busy time because why wouldn't it be? But yes, so everything's completed. The renovations are completed. They look fantastic. The office has been completely reorganised. It's
We
much more
managed to
efficient.
get the new cushions up as well.
The new cushions, and I know some of you purchased them. So what do you think? Yeah, we've got some over there.
Yeah.
Can you reach?
Yeah.
Not with Pixie in your arms, maybe. Oh, I've lost an ear.
It's hard because the video's on such a delay. I can't see what's really going on. But
Yeah.
there we are. That's one
There goes
view.
my ear.
We managed to get them up on the website, which took much longer than expected because of what we've just spoken about. But they are up now, and I've also got some nice brand new sharp edge dice to show you as well a little bit later on.
Yes, it's been really, really exciting. By the way, you're holding the cushion upside down. Not that it matters, of course. But you know I have a dedication to aesthetics and beauty in all of its forms. And bringing beauty into the world is my purpose, primary purpose as an artist, actually. My duty is beauty. So that type of thing, well, it's important.
Sorry. I will,
It's more noticeable when you do it with a goat cushion. Or the
the
werewolf
obviously,
cushion. So Pixie is looking a little bit sorry for herself. And do you want to explain why?
Oh, the river incident.
The river incident.
Yes, well, was it yesterday? Because days go by so quickly, don't they? You went into the river by accident, didn't you? Well, it sounds much more dramatic than it is. The river is only like this deep, and probably at its deepest gets to like this sort of part. But Roxy went in, just paddling, and you called Pixie to you, and Pixie went running in thinking it was just her paws, but she went straight in and carried on sprinting and got up to her neck, and then she was like, oh no, what have I done? I'm
reverse.
Yes,
abort mission.
Aborted mission. But it cooled her down anyway.
Yeah, well, she did a 180, the quickest I've ever seen a dog move in my life. And then she went and sought out an old lady. She
was showing off then, because she was all happy and excited. And she smashed your bag down.
Everybody laughed. And she knew she'd done something incredible. And she'd entertained people.
Yes.
There was a Norwegian family there. They were killing themselves laughing. But yeah, she went up to my basket and then thrust it over with both paws as hard as she could.
Because she knows there's treats in there, so she smashed the bag down, demanding a treat.
Yeah, okay.
For being so clever.
Yeah.
And that was her day. Yeah. She had a brilliant time though,
That's why
didn't you?
she's tired.
You had a brilliant time, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
She's tired.
And of course, I'm Pixie's auntie. In fact, I'm everybody's auntie. I do call myself the gaming auntie. You're all my little nieces and nephews. In fact, usually my niece is in the chat. Yours as well, funnily enough. Imagine that. So I don't know where she is tonight, little Rosie. But yes, I am the gaming auntie, and I do provide treats for all of my little nieces, nephews. I'm rating Iberia. Mother, I demand the treats.
That's what she was
doing.
She was like, give me them now.
Yeah.
I've entertained everybody at this riverbank. I demand a treat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you smashed it down ever so hard, didn't you?
She did a really good job at that. So, what has everybody been watching on the television then? Because, I will be honest, I've been out of the loop slightly over the past 2 weeks.
You want to go down?
What with being ill. And of course I was catching up with all the hot new television series such as Space 1999, which came out in the mid-70s. The hottest televisual action. I still haven't seen Stranger Things, I apologise. People
You're missing
keep
out
trying to make references, and I'm
missing out a really good one there.
Oh, can you imagine though, if you were a sort of teenager and you've just been introduced to Kate Bush?
Well, I mean, your mind would be blown.
I know, right? That's really special. She's a good artist.
I mean, I'll ask this, but it might be falling on slightly deaf ears, but which is your favourite video for Wuthering Heights? Is it the red dress or the white dress?
I'm going to surprise you and say it's the gothic version.
Oh, yes, it's a good one in the cemetery.
She climbs out the grave.
It's a very good one, actually. Very good.
Leo says, me and Crumpet went to see Thor 4. God, that's a tongue twister, darling. And they really, really enjoyed it. Hayley has been catching up on Hermitcraft and Empire's SMP Season 2. Minecraft language, darling. It's like bloody... I need to be working in Bletchley Park to figure out what you've been watching. It's like a ciphertext. Speaking of ciphertexts, we were at Shugborough yesterday and we saw the ciphertext.
We did.
Any theories?
I still don't have any. I still think it's something to do with the other monument that is directly opposite it over the other side of the river, though. I think they're linked.
Dutch has joined Hayley in the ciphertext watching of Minecraft, impenetrable Minecraft series. Do you know who I love? I'm going to really surprise you now. Because I seem like I'm a tasteful person. Well, let me shock you. I'm not.
Right.
I like Dream, the Minecrafter, the YouTuber. Dream SMP.
I don't know
And you'd
him.
like him too, actually.
I don't know him.
Extraordinary gameplay, but a criminal cheater. Responsible for the Minecraft world record. Except he manipulated the game, but... it's watchable. It's entertainment. Dutch says, yeah, that's a shocker. I say I like him.
You said you loved him.
Did I? Can I renege that?
I'll let you.
I've just perjured myself. He's intensely watchable. Because, we've played a lot of Hunger Games Minecraft server type games, haven't we? And that's essentially what he does. So he'll format it as him versus 4 or 5 of his friends that pursue him across the worlds of Minecraft. He has the goal of completing the game. So he has to defeat the Ender Dragon before they can kill him.
That's pretty tough then.
It's extremely tough. And I don't know whether he manipulates the footage or not, but it does give rise to some really exciting moments. Which, if you are a Minecraft fan, been playing it as long as we have, they are truly original. And that's something that does not crop up very often now in the world of Minecraft content, is it? You know, originality. Speaking of an original experience, you encountered the Warden in Minecraft the other day, didn't you? Yeah,
I did.
We've got the wild.
Well, yes, we went down to the Deep Dark for the first time, and I just thought I just really want to see the Warden. Just want to see what it looks like. So I went back up, put all my tools and weapons in good armour in a box, and went back down, and I built myself a little fortress thing because I thought, you know, maybe I'll be safe. And then I activated the screechers 4 times, heard this awful burrowing noise, ran back into my fortress, and I did see the Warden, and it came right up close. Couldn't get into the fortress. But as soon as I moved, it sent these like circular sonic beams into the fortress, straight through the brick walls, and that was it, dead. So, but it was fun.
Yes, that sounds really fun. Sounds brilliant. And then the funny thing was, you know, we were playing weeks later, and you were shocked to find that your stuff was still down there in the Deep Dark.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. It spawns a chunk at a time. Dutch has a question. By the way, guys, if you've got any questions, this is just going to be probably a bit of a chill stream tonight.
Just ask
as
away.
we get back into the swing of things. So please ask away. Dutch says, AJ and Lucy, how long have you been playing Minecraft? What was your starting version? A long time is the answer. It's about 9 years for me, and the first version that I played was on a server called Doctorcraft, and then which incredibly, right, Doctorcraft was run by a person who is now a doctor. Yeah, that's how long time. That's, you know,
yours must be longer.
Time marches on.
Yours must be longer than 9 years.
In the meantime, no, isn't. Well, maybe actually.
Of course it is. Because GameTea's been running 9 years and you were playing it way before that.
Well, I was just starting then. It was kind of all together. And then I had my own server called the Agco server, which was... I was still friends to this day from many of the people from the Agco server. And then I've been revisiting it ever since. Yeah. And what about you? Now, you hated it for ages. You were like, why are you playing that stupid Lego game again?
I was only teasing it. I was just teasing it. No, I did try and play it a very, very long time ago, but the laptop that I was using just couldn't run it. Which is just horrendous at the time. So I just kind of gave up on it, and you were just having a good time with your friends. So I just let you have, you know, that time with your pals. But yeah, it's a great game. I am charitable like that, you know. So I just it's more recent for me. A couple of years, I suppose.
Yeah. So on the Agco server, I used to play a character. It was sort of like a prototype Dungeons and Dragons. It was a role play server.
I used to watch it. It was good. You had a good story going
definitely. There. So I played a scientist.
It's like you were like an evil genius, weren't you?
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I know, right? It's just like real life. Life imitates art. But the funny thing is, this week I'm introducing you to your new characters for our short multi-session one-shot, which is set in a underground science facility, so it's gone full circle. And,
I really can't wait.
We are playing
I think it's going to be really good.
Weird science, sci-fi, retro-futurism inspired D&D.
I can't wait. I mean, that's right up my street.
I can't wait to introduce you to your character. Dutch says, oh man, I miss Yogscast Minecraft. Yeah, quite a few of the members of the Yogscast used to visit the Agco server. And Dr. Brea says, I met AJ because I bought a Sipsco hoodie. Yeah, you did? A blue and red one, I remember it. Not that I remember every hoodie I've ever sold. No, actually, do you know what? I do.
You probably do. Yeah.
I do. I have a psychic link. This is like the equivalent of when people tattoo my work on their skin. We share a psychic bond, a psionic bond that cannot be. It's immutable and forever.
Somebody asked for some Sipsco, for the Sipsco poster.
No, really.
The other day.
Yeah, good times. They were really, really good, actually, the Yogscast at that stage. They had some interesting storytelling, Blackrock and Shadow of Israfel, and they fell off, unfortunately.
Blackrock was really good. Even I liked Blackrock.
It was really good.
But they just would never do any more. And the fans were like, please do Blackrock. And we're like, no. Okay then, bye.
Sad.
Essentially.
Sad. You know, one of the main problems that D&D faces, actually, and you know, I'm comparing Minecraft as a storytelling medium to D&D here because it was an excellent way to visualise a fantasy story, but the one problem that many campaigns face is a lack of an ending, a conclusive ending. And I think that is troubling to many players, it's troubling to DMs. Real life gets in the way, as we know, but sometimes also the campaign just doesn't have the chemistry for whatever reason, it peters out, or perhaps the DM become burnt out. It's very important to have breaks if you know you are consumed by writing a narrative. Let's face it, DMs aren't professionals in most cases. And they're doing
often just a short
job.
break of a few weeks would be sufficient.
Refreshing. I think
it's important
that
players
sort of thing,
allow the DM that time as well.
Yeah.
If you can see your DM might be getting a bit fatigued with the story, allow that time and then they'll come back refreshed and even better.
Yes. Yeah. Dutch says even open worlds need conclusions or at least a chapter end. Yeah. We need firm answers for stories. Very firm answers. You know, was the island purgatory all along? Lost.
I think how many seasons did that get up to in the end?
Oh, I don't know.
I never watched the last season. It's one of those that just peters out again. Starts off great, peters out.
You can reach a point with a story where you're piling on so many mysteries, and I do have a tendency to do this. You're forgetting to include answers.
Yes.
And you have to be very vigilant to make sure the mysteries that you're scattering into your story have conclusive answers. Those threads are all leading somewhere. They're leading to a nice little Gordian knot for your players to... Yeah. Leah says the island was absolutely purgatory, and I will die on that hill, to be honest. Crumpet says this is why Final Fantasy XIV is so good. We wait 4 months between stories and the writers cycle in and out of being story lead so they don't burn out. Really good way to do it. Hager says one of the reasons I hate it when series are cancelled before reaching their conclusion. Scorpion being my most
Gentleman
recent...
Jack recently, they're saying they're not doing season 3. I'm like, why did you leave it like that then? It's like neither here nor there. I was sad about that because I liked that.
It's really good, and I'd love to visit some of the places that are featured in the show.
Shibden Hall.
Yeah.
Looks fab, doesn't it?
Yeah, so shall we show off the new sharp edge dice?
Certainly.
Anyway, because I think everybody's going to really like these. So when I was really, really profoundly ill and doing a sort of impromptu, oh God, what's that enemy from Left 4 Dead? Choker, smoker, midnight toker, a smoker. I was doing an impromptu cosplay of a choker, a smoker.
Choker.
Right. I was doing an impromptu cosplay of a smoker. I still managed to get these photographs edited. So everybody give me a medal, all right? So we're currently looking at a sharp edge dice set called Hand of the Lich.
So how did you come up with that name?
Stranger Things.
Okay.
But also I think that they have that nice kind of balance of necrotic black and zombie green. And then, of course, they have the retro font. So that lovely, lovely typeface, those numerals.
I think this one might be my favourite out of the 4 new ones.
You've really got to see these things in motion as well when it comes to Sharp Edge. Oh, and by the way, Angelic Swordian and Photography, hello to you both. You'll be joining us on Friday for board game evening and for the introduction of the characters for the one-shot, which is called Facility X. But you may not know this, we have a tradition. And we have a tradition that the first time somebody plays D&D, the other party members buy them a commemorative dice set.
Yeah.
So you two are going to get presents on Friday night.
Right.
These ones that you're looking at now, very, very GameTea inspired, because this is Royal Mint. And anybody that knows us will know that we love a little bit of mint green.
With red inside and glitter.
Yeah.
And gold.
You've got to have something to break up that green.
Fab. Almost like bloodstone, actually. Very bloodstone-ish.
Yes, and all of these new dice do include gold flake as well.
Oh, and they also include the case.
Oh,
the
yes.
leather case.
The vegan case. They're lovely.
The vegan leather, yeah. Okay, next up we have... These are nice, really nice.
We have Psionic.
Psionic.
Lovely mix of shimmering purple and jade green, and I really like that micro glitter.
Little touch of gold
Nice.
flake as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think? Are these aligning with anybody's characters?
I like the
Hager
silver.
says, oh, those are nice.
Quite paladin-y, I think.
You think so?
I think so. And last but not least, now I love the name
Those
of
are my
this.
fave.
Yeah, I love the name. It came up with here.
Yes, this is the upside down.
Running up that hill. Little Pixie sneezing underneath the table if
yes.
you can hear her.
If you hear odd sounds,
It's
don't
Pixie.
worry, it's not the Demogorgon.
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, we're way past the Demogorgon stage now.
It's a porky little Demogorgon under the table.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love those.
Yeah, Mike
What's
says
your favourite?
those look perfect for my dark elf robe. Very underdark, very plainer travel, very kind of a drow. Poisonous rogue. Poisonous drowish rogue. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I touched a plant.
Plant touched you.
Oh, thank you. That's
Blessed
that's
you.
really sweet.
Gave you Mother Earth blessings.
Did it?
Yes.
Excellent. So, now that we've seen some sharp edge dice and we've seen the cushions,
Well, we haven't really seen the cushions, but we did
well,
show them
we
before.
showed the cushions.
And I just wanted to let people know that they were up on the website.
Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning that the mugs are going live imminently. We're just working on getting a
Some
smash-proof
smash-proof
box that we're
yes.
happy with.
Yes.
Because as you know, mugs have been out of stock for some time on the website, and it was something that we promised ourselves that we would never do again, because you had to make them by hand.
And
there
it's
were-
all funny now, isn't it?
There were incidents, yeah, it's funny
and
now,
I
but
was crying at midnight making these things one Christmas. It's all fun and games now.
that was like very early, that was,
It was
like
very-
year one.
It was like our first Christmas, wasn't it? Oh yeah, it's funny. And I used to, because
Roxy's doing the motion.
Well,
She's
they-
doing this. Do you know?
they
do you
have to
remember
be
that
heated.
story?
Yes, I'm just about to tell it. Just give me a second, right?
Sorry, it's such a good anecdote.
So they use heat. It's called sublimation, and you put it in this little heat press, and you have the paper around the mug that's got the design on, and you press the mug, and it heats up to like 200 and something degrees, like really hot.
The ink turns to gas at that stage and it impregnates in the sublimation.
So then you take out the mug, and it's like, well, you need to cool it, obviously, because you want to pack it. So I got into the habit of swinging these mugs, I don't know why. I was swinging this mug one day, and the door must have ever so slightly closed behind me.
The door ever so slightly moved into your way.
Yes.
That's what happened.
So I swung this mug, and it caught the door handle, and the mug just shattered into millions of pieces and just exploded. And yeah, that wasn't great because it was like super hot as well. But luckily everybody survived, and we're here to tell the tale.
We were really tired.
We were really tired.
We were so tired.
Really tired.
And it was like Vesuvius of shards of red hot ceramic were flying through the air. Health and safety had no meaning that evening, did it?
No. But you know, it's all good fun.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
And do you know what? It was all the fault of the space-time continuum for just moving that door
I think so.
ever so slightly into your way. Would never have happened.
It wasn't my fault, was it, at the end of the day? I mean,
Bloody
come on
fabric
now.
of reality got in the way once again.
Talking about space, did you see those pictures that NASA released?
Yeah, I just saw one.
They're fab, aren't they?
Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So all that's hydrogen and helium then?
It's just too much for our brains to comprehend, isn't
it is, actually. It is. So is that all hydrogen and helium? Or is that...
What, the picture? No, the picture's just on the internet.
Oh, I know that. What did you think I meant?
I don't know.
What they were delivering?
They were helium.
They were getting helium balloons, Roxy, and what they were doing was they were attaching a little picture, a little printout from NASA, and sending it over the Atlantic.
They sent a weather balloon up and took a picture of space, AJ. Yes, it was helium.
One landed in my back garden.
Well, I don't know the technicalities. I didn't build it. I just saw the pictures and they looked really good. That's all I can tell you.
Data from such a small area, it's insane to comprehend.
I know.
No,
right.
so it was my understanding that the core gases in space were hydrogen and helium because they were the first that were created. But then, of course, when you have those gases compressing into a star, other things are created, and then the star eventually goes supernova.
So you
and
probably
then it creates
saw
more elements,
the death
doesn't
of a
it?
star or nebula or something.
Yes.
That's probably what you were looking at.
Yeah,
Or the
I
one
think
I've
so.
seen, you see little galaxies just in this tiny little area of space. There's just countless amounts of galaxies, and it just, these are the furthest light we've ever seen, and you're talking about hundreds of billions of light years away. I mean, these things might not even be there now. Like, the light has taken that long to reach us, but it's just mind-boggling. Actually, the vastness of space.
It's funny, actually. I was having this discussion.
Are we alone?
Well, now
You'd
we're
be
on
crazy to think we
now
are
we're
alone.
onto the subject.
You'd be crazy to think that we are alone.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing because Max and I were having the discussion about, futuristic decoration, and whenever they need to sort of depict a futuristic inside of a spaceship or whatever, they're always like, just throw in an Italian chair.
Well, yeah. Timeless.
It's always an Italian chair.
Timeless.
Isn't it? Or
a modern classic.
Italian
What's your
knick-knack
problem? What's your problem?
on the back. Always.
Good. We are human at the end of the day. We, antiques will always exist.
Is that the future? Italian knickknacks.
Maybe. Maybe you get to a point where you realise things cannot be bettered any more than they already were back whenever.
Yeah. Dutch Barracuda says they are essentially gases we see out there. The simplest of gases, but you stack enough simple things and you get complexity, like us. Yeah. We're all made from stardust.
We actually are.
Quite nice, really, isn't it? But then, so is everything, including less desirable things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, rubbish. So, yeah, maybe not as profound as you were expecting. Haggis says, I have to wonder the reason it's so quiet out there isn't because of the lack of life, but because they know to stay silent. Yeah, I believe in some of the Halo franchise. Actually, the way the Covenant triangulate the position of Earth is via ancient radio signals. Kiltia says, space is such an awe-inspiring and beautiful thing. I do wonder what other worlds there are out there that sustain life. Perhaps not super
many.
advanced, but to the point we
In
can
my
communicate.
opinion, many.
But I do wonder what else is out there. Are they already here? Are they watching us? The US Navy have seen inexplicable things.
Or
Inconceivable shapes.
is the universe just a hologram?
That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Can you imagine?
Not really, no. But
Can you imagine if, like, after you die, you wake up and like you can hear like some droning traffic?
yeah, like you're in a cocoon,
and like
you've been in the Matrix the whole time.
You open your eyes
Total
and like
recall.
you see like pastel colours and PS2 graphics, and you've woken up in a Vice City save point. Can you imagine that?
I mean, I'd love that.
What would happen then? Yeah, that would be absolutely brilliant. We'd all love that.
I was thinking about the Nautilus shell. It's mathematically perfect, and I thought maybe we are in a matrix, and there's a definite probability that we are.
Crumpet says, the funny thing is, if someone at the nearest star to us was able to see the UK, because of how long light takes to travel, they would see dinosaurs still.
Correct.
Would they see the UK? Surely they'd see Pangea.
You know, maybe that's another reason we don't get signals, because we're just like, time is so strange.
The universe is the latest DLC from Sims 64. Maybe that's why we don't have any memories after we die and are reincarnated, because we're cartridge based and they've got limited video RAM.
We are biological machines, and I do believe that we have limited capacity. I think that's why you forget things, because your brain has dumped that information to take on something else.
Oh, you can definitely tell having a chill stream tonight, can't you? Because we've reached the topic of aliens and space.
Well, good.
Dutch says, slight tangent, but still in space theme. For All Mankind is a series I'd recommend. I absolutely
feel like I've
love
heard of
sci-fi. If that's sci-fi based, I'll look that up, Dutch. Thank you.
Roxy and I were talking about Terminator and the timeline. Like, how could he send his father back to procreate with his mother?
And he was already born.
But he was already born.
But
Yeah, say he's in the present time now, and say you're my friend, my best mate, and I say to you, right, I'm sending you back to, be with my mum to create me. Bye. But you're already born.
That's what's called a time paradox.
Paradox.
Yeah.
Which is what we were discussing last night.
yeah, basically.
So you're on a different timeline, but it's fairly complex when you get into time travel.
I
Wow.
mean, you can think of it like that, or you can sort of do what they do in Command and Conquer 3, which is just like, yes, there's a time machine, let's use it. Oh dear, we've touched Albert Einstein, he's disappeared into dust. Oh, okay, we'll go back to 1960s Soviet headquarters, and they're all like, hiya, you're the premier now, like nothing's changed. Oh, and by the way, the world is now run by incredibly attractive women.
I mean,
but there's no nukes. And that's the
Right.
premise of Command and Conquer 3.
I need to watch that. It sounds quite good. I've
It's
never
a
seen it.
game.
Oh, is it? I've not seen
it's a
it.
game. And Tim
Or
Curry.
played it.
Tim Curry plays the Soviet Premier.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting, isn't
It's
it?
extremely fun. Does anybody remember Command and Conquer 3? Please don't let me be the only person here.
The thing is as well, imagine...
Having sword-aid for Command and Conquer games.
Let me put this to you then, okay? So you go back, you've got a time machine, you go back in time and you decide you're going to kill your mum and dad before you're born.
Oh, gosh.
So you do that, right?
Yeah.
What would happen to you? You're not just going to go out of existence. You're flesh and blood there. Alive.
Well, that's the plot from Back to the Future.
Yes, but... And he fades away, but I just don't think that could be... That's not a physical possibility. You would... And then, say if you went back into the future, you'd have no mum and dad like Jesus. Well, he did have a mum and dad, but he had an immaculate conception.
3 parents.
Okay, that was probably a really bad comparison, but you would be born without having a mum and dad.
Thank you for this.
If I'm boring people, please tell me.
No. We have 19 viewers.
Probably think too much about things.
But I have, I'm still like sort of hallucinating from COVID, so...
If anyone's wondering, she's been negative for about 5 days now, so I feel quite comfortable sitting next to her.
Yeah, but I didn't know the difference between a choker and a smoker.
Or a midnight toker.
Or a midnight toker.
What is a midnight toker?
From the song.
From the song.
What song?
What's it called? The Joker?
Yeah.
They call me the
Space I'm a midnight
cowboy.
smoker.
The Space Cowboy. Oh my God, we've gone full circle. Right, let me read chat. Let me catch up. Dr. Breyer says the Voyager Golden Records are 2 phonograph records that were included aboard
Love
both
those.
Voyager
Obsessed with
spacecraft
them.
launched in 1977. Yeah, and they're the premise of the first Star Trek film. The records contain
the man
sounds
and the woman.
images selected to portray the diversity in life and culture on Earth.
Yes.
They're intended for any intelligent extraterrestrial life form who may find them. The records are a sort of time capsule. Love them, know all about them, really interesting. If you could include one piece of media to go out to space, what would it be? Answers in chat, everybody.
Come on now, that's a really
Command and Conquer
question.
3.
That's a hard one.
Photography. Oh, that line will never be beaten in gaming. I think I know the one that you're talking about. Are you talking about when Tim Curry says I'm escaping to somewhere that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism? Space. Yeah. His delivery is better than mine. Oh, and Heggers knows it as well. Leah says 3 parents. Imagine if that was today and the childcare cost. Who would have to pay it? God or Joseph? Mike says some people call me Maurice. Yeah, lyrics, of course.
And he said, I'm a midnight toker. I don't think he says that.
Yes, he does say that. Unless you're having some
midnight
sort of Mandela
joker.
effect.
Midnight joker. Not toker. What's a
Good
toker?
Lord, what was that? Was that an American accent?
Yeah, I'm a toker.
Yikes. You know, I learned something about the Americans. Apologies to any Americans watching this afterwards, but you don't know what a prawn sandwich is.
They say shrimps.
They have, yeah, but they would also never put them on a sandwich.
Do you remember those little pink sweets? I used to think they were ears.
Oh,
until
right.
fairly recently, and I realised they were shrimps.
Do you know, everybody, I used to work at a sweet shop. Mm-hmm.
Well, I do, obviously, yes.
Yeah, and do you know what? I absolutely loved that job.
Yeah.
I used to serve ice cream and sweets and slush
puppies.
puppies, absolutely. And do you know, to this very day, I can measure in my left hand 100 grams.
Wow.
Precisely. Just, it's something that develops over years. But I love old-fashioned sweets, don't you?
It was a lovely little job, wasn't it? A little sweet
it was my
cart.
first job. What was your first job?
Waitress. In the Tweedale Arms.
Yes. Oh,
£1.20 an hour.
No.
I was only like 13.
£6 an hour here.
Where?
Well, not
Oh, your
GameTea.
first. I was going to say. I was horrified then. Is that all we pay you? £6 an hour? That's not even minimum wage. You mean your first job?
My first job.
Oh, well, Lucky you, minted.
I'm guilty of my favourite.
Roxy, stop laughing at me.
My favourite old-fashioned sweetie is a toffee bonbon. Crumpet says, I would send our way to show where we are galactically, like there is on the Golden Records. And then I would have a mark to show what our periodic table is. Boring. I was thinking more like, what movie will you send them? Sorry, Crumpets, that's really mean.
No, but it already does that on the disc, on the gold disc. It tells you where we are in our solar system, what planet we're in. So maybe you meant
Dutch
that.
says send Neon Genesis of Evangelion with the original ending. Oh no. Yeah. Cool Angel's Thesis, what a song. You need to watch more anime.
Why?
I can't believe you're asking me that when you introduced me
I'm
to
surprised you even like anime after what I showed you when you were a child.
anime. Yeah, so am I actually.
I made her cry
Yeah.
when she was a child
Yeah,
because I made her watch Fist of the North Star, which
Fist
you
of-
probably don't
Fist
know
of
what
the
that
North
is
Star.
anyway.
No, I think it's banned probably now.
It's not that bad.
A man is punched so hard he turns to liquid.
Come on, AJ. Come and watch this video I've got.
You were determined not to like it though. You were like, no, I don't want to watch it. I was like, please.
Come on, AJ. Come on, AJ. I've got a really good video.
Dragged.
You were not.
Dragged I was in front of the television that
And
day.
all it was then was,
I don't know
Mom, turn this off now. What have you done to your sister?
How had you got Fist of the North Star on video? Because I'm not
I
being
don't know.
funny,
Got it
but
off my friend
I'm
at
not being
school.
funny, but you can't have been very old as well. And back in the day, you know,
It's just a bit of fun.
anime and manga really was difficult to get hold of, and anybody that's sort of 30 plus will tell you how obscure and difficult these videotapes were to find. You know, I remember like the DVDs were so rare. You would have to go to the big HMV stores.
Well, count yourself lucky that you got to see it then.
Funnily enough, Berserk is my favourite manga, so maybe my love for ultra-violent manga was birthed that day.
I did like those giants. What was that called? Funny giants with funny teeth and everything. And flying around with green
Attack
blazers on.
Titan.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Dutch, have you got any anime recommendations for Lucy? And also, Dutch says, I'm old enough to remember that. Oh, the pains. There's no internet those days, you know. Kiltia says, Fist of the North Star was so violent. Then
Yes,
again,
but it was-
anime back then was
It had
very
a
hard.
nice story to it.
Like Akira, Guyver.
You know, post-apocalyptic.
It had a nice story to it.
Yes.
Were we watching the same video? Like I said, the first anime tape I owned was codename Robotech. I think the first one that I owned was the Street Fighter movie. Or Macross Plus, which is brilliant, actually. Angelic Sordian says, I remember struggling to find anime episodes online and then getting told off by my mum for using up the internet allowance. Mike says Trigun is a good one. Yeah, I've heard really good things. I've never seen that, actually. Aren't they making a live action Death Note series, not movie, for Netflix? Kiltia says, oh, the Street Fighter 2 movie was excellent. Yeah, it was okay. It was interesting.
Was Cammy in it then at that point? Or was she?
Yeah, she was in it.
Was she?
Yeah.
Still to this day, I could beat anybody on Street Fighter. Anybody.
Those are fighting words. Do you know what Max did to me the other day? Right.
No.
So Max and, the girls and Heggers and I, we play Mario Kart. By the way, if you want to play Mario Kart with us, just let me know, but be prepared, okay, for a brutalising, because there's no quarter expected. None asked for and none given. But if you want to play, let us know. Send us a message. We'll add you to our Switch friend code.
That could be fun, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could be really fun. But, routinely, I would say that I win. And Max infrequently wins. And Max has started sending me these videos of people doing really nasty things to each other in Mario Kart. So this one guy is winning, and he turns around on the finish line facing completely backwards and waits for the player in second place to come close to him, and then he throws a bomb.
You can't because you're over the finish line.
And then he reverses over the finish line.
Brilliant.
And I said to Max, Max, do you want to do that to me? Because it seems like you are fantasising about doing that to me. And she was quite honest. She said, yeah. I would love to be able to do that to you, AJ.
I just wish I could have got a little clip of what I did to you the other night. It was so funny. When I boomeranged you. She was going over a jump. And at that exact moment, she was halfway across this jump. I boomeranged her, hit her, straight down.
It was really funny.
I couldn't stop laughing, to be honest.
Really funny, yeah.
I won that
really,
race as well.
Really funny.
It was
really
hilarious.
funny.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah. But I remember these things. I've never forgiven Max when she triple red shelled me. And, I'm not being funny, but if I was asked to speak at Max's funeral...
Don't
I mean
that!
In 90 years' time.
In 90 years' time.
I will still be recounting the story about when I was triple red shelled by Max. I'll never forget it. I'm never forgiving you. Dad says you might enjoy Doro Hedoro. So note that one down.
Doro Hedoro.
Yeah. AJ will remember this.
Anything really violent and horrific, I'm all for that, really.
Angelic says, I've seen you guys fall out over echidnas. I dread to think what you're like at Mario Kart. Yes, we did play a children's board game and it almost came to blows, to be honest with you. Cody says this sounds absolutely amazing. If you have a Switch and Mario Kart, by all means join us.
Oh yes,
We'd
please
absolutely
do.
love to have you playing with us, but it is brutal. Oh dear. Dr. Braos, as if I would ever do that to you. The plans are already afoot. Oh, nicely linked crumpets, yeah. Leo's popped a link into Cooper Beaches, which is our inspired candle.
That's a sweet thing to do. Oh, and it smells so good. Coconut, that one. Coconutty.
Yeah. Kiltia does have Switch and Mario Kart 8.
Yeah!
Pop your
Come
friend
join.
Code across on Twitter then, in that case, and we'll pop your message when the room is up. Probably play at least once a week, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really is brutal.
Sometimes I'm quite good, sometimes I'm really bad, like 12th. So don't feel embarrassed, because I'm probably the worst player there. No, actually, that's probably Max.
I apologise.
I know Max can be quite good,
Kiltia.
actually, at times.
Oh, it's Gaz! Hey! I'm sorry I'm so late, Gaz says, but these cushions are amazing, so comfy. Aren't they really nice cushions? They're so plump. They're incredibly plump, and
Yes.
they're just a nice quality. Because, you really can't beat the UK manufacturing as well when you do find a quality supplier. Who I was privileged to meet at Games Expo, actually.
I need to get back to him, actually. He's emailed us today. Wants to do more things.
I would love to do more things. How exciting. Yeah, let's get the designs ready. I love the back of them as well. You don't see this on the website pictures, but the back is lovely. It's comfortable. Yeah, so you can get them now anyway, guys. Gator Bottle says, I dare you all to cover your faces with your hair. Why? They're like a quarter covered anyway. Dutch says, I smell like coconut right now because of a lovely bath soak. That's interesting, Dutch. I love a good bath. I never have a shower. Hate them.
Can't beat coconut,
Can't beat
especially
it.
in the summer. Get out of a shower and
yeah.
you smell like a coconut. Fab.
Yeah. It'll be funny, yeah, especially with the ears. Maybe at the end of the stream. You know, it takes a lot of effort to look like you've just scraped your hair back randomly and popped in a scrunchie.
It does.
Yes. So, Gaz, how are you? What have you been up to recently? I was just telling everybody I've had COVID. So, feel sorry for me, everyone.
You were actually quite ill, weren't you?
I was really, really, really
It's not
ill.
something
I was
you want. And luckily,
incredibly
me and Roxy avoided
dodged,
it. But
I was fatigued, really, really fatigued.
it's not something you want, guys.
Yeah,
Let me tell you. If you've avoided it, keep on doing what you do with your masks and stuff,
Definitely.
you know.
Well, Gaz and Kiltia, I saw them at the show, of course, and I was not wearing a mask.
It was
And
very
they
low then,
were wearing a mask. And
it was very
actually,
low, though, the cases.
guys, you've been proven correct, most definitely. My mum did not wear her mask to watch Tom Cruise and Top Gun, and she managed to, you know, bring the infection to her daughter. Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Mothership. Dutch says, avoided it so far, intend to keep avoiding it. Yeah, definitely.
Too right.
Yeah, Hayley popped round with a pot noodle. Everybody. That is an everyday hero. That is an everyday hero. Thank you so much, Hayley. It was all I fancied at the time.
Me and Roxy came
Oh, yes, you
round
did, yeah.
numerous times.
Yeah, you're also everyday heroes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I should think
we do
so.
really. I do really, really appreciate that. But you know, Hayley just worked like an 8-hour shift as well, and she was tired herself. So it was really, really kind. Thank you, Hayley.
She's awesome, aren't you, Hayley?
Sometimes
Absolutely
all
awesome
in
girl.
life, all you want is pot noodle, isn't it?
I don't really
all
like them
you
very
want.
much, but yes, I know you like
Yeah,
them.
I do. I do. Again.
You like the Bombay Bad Boy, don't you?
Oh, Gaz. Had a week of a respiratory bug, then a week of stomach flu.
Are you sure that wasn't COVID?
On the positive side, lost weight from it. Gaz, no.
Oh, Gaz.
Oh my goodness me. Well, number one, you don't need to lose weight in that fashion. I just hope you're feeling much, much better.
Poor thing.
I know, how awful. Mike says a pot noodle sandwich is amazing. Roxy's given that the big thumbs up. Yeah.
Horrible.
And Savage Crumpet says, okay, what is the perfect pot noodle ramen dish? I'd say it is if you fill up the pot noodle to the second line, the rim. Is the stream still up? Yeah, okay, loud. And then you're left with like a soup at the bottom. Delicious. But we love Wagamama.
We do, actually.
God,
The
we
vegan
do.
menu there is superb.
It's so good, and they recently built something called the West Midlands Designer Village, MacArthur Glen. And we love it there. My goodness me, we are simple to please. You put a fountain in the middle of a couple of shops.
We're there.
We're there. Big time. We live in the West Midlands Designer Village. And there's a Wagamama there.
I got some shoes for £25.
£25. Yeah.
I thought that was good. June.
Gaz says the toddler brings back all kinds of things from preschool. Sometimes a lovely piece of art, sometimes plague. Oh no. Poor thing.
Are we glitching a bit?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, Dutch says stream's glitching again, I think.
Yeah.
Dr. Bray says craving Wagamamas. How's that?
Better.
Any better? Let us know.
I'm craving Wagamamas.
Oh no, we've talked ourselves into it again. Chicken pot noodle. Yeah, I agree with that. Chicken and mushroom pot noodle. It doesn't actually contain any chicken, so it's safe for me. But make some chilli in. Make some chilli and pour it in and stir. Wait, no, not. not like Mexican chili in a chicken pot noodle crumpets. Because that's, you've gone too far.
It would be
You've
a little
gone
bit
too
like
far.
using chicken stock, though. I know it's not actual chicken, but it's got the chicken flavour. It's not a terrible idea.
That's fusion cuisine, but that may have exceeded the limits of what is ethically acceptable, I think. Extra soy sauce, obviously, in a pot noodle. Gaz says we can get Wagamama on Deliveroo. It's a lethal call.
no.
Gaz, don't say
So
that.
jealous.
Ugh.
We live
Yes.
too far away.
Yes, we do live just outside the boundaries, but I will say this, there is a heat wave coming and I would not like to be down south.
No.
So, you know, I've got 99 problems, but living in the capital city is not one of them.
It's not good, you know.
Keep
it really isn't.
yourself safe if you are, you know, in London.
And always
Greater
keep your little
London.
fur baby safe as
Absolutely,
well. You know?
yeah. It's going to
Never
get really
in hot cars. Never walk them. You know, the pavements can scorch their feet. Please be careful. I'm sure you were all very
of course
careful
they
with your
are.
fur babies anyway.
Our customers are very sensible. Rosie says, hi aunties, can't believe I've missed your live. Rosie, where on earth have you been?
We missed
Naughty
you.
little niece. Dutch says, I'm down in Essex, not brilliant right now. Yeah, take care of yourselves in this coming heat wave. Up here, we tend to get more storms, really, and, you know,
I think it's been really windy this year.
it's been terribly, terribly windy. At least where we are. It's burned all the leaves of the plants because they can't cope with it.
No.
You know, not with extreme wind and sunshine and freezing cold nights. Rosie says she's been to bloody Asda. Priorities. Asda can wait. Oh, Asda's 24 hours, Rosie. Goodness sake.
I got some good plants from Asda.
Oh, yes, did you? Did you get one of those berries that I wanted?
No, they'd all sold out. Polar berries, really
Polar
cool.
berries,
yeah. But they're really cheap and they're doing really well. So you can buy an expensive plant for like £15 or whatever at the nurseries. But often, you know, the £1.50 ones outside Asda
Yeah?
are actually better.
I am in the habit of adopting plants. And
I do.
I know I shouldn't.
No, well, I go to the sale bit in the nurseries and see what's really bedraggled and half dead. In fact, they were giving away free plants at Newton Regis the other day.
Yes, I've had a few free plants from there.
And as long as you just, you know, care for them and, you know, bring them back to life a little bit, next year they'll be perfect.
Yes. Yeah, well, assuming they're perennials. If you've got
Yeah,
that, you're in trouble.
Of course, no, perennials, of course.
Yeah, the courgettes have taken off finally in the garden because I know everybody's desperate for a garden update. In fact, one day...
Maybe we should bring our harvest next to the next stream and show
that's
people what we've
wonderful.
grown.
What a great idea. Yes. Crumpet says, as near Gatwick, it's horrible and is nearly been 18 degrees or hotter at night, between 26 to 31 degrees so far. Oh, for goodness sake, that is dreadful. Expecting 35 degrees in the coming days. Dutch says, I may move up north, because storms are definitely my thing. Tempestuous personality. Oh my goodness. Gaz says, the office is next to Liverpool Street Station, so I'll try and use the air-conditioned Elizabeth line. Oh my God. It's not all air-conditioned, is it? It's tube. Oh, it's like an oven down there. I mean, you'd be safe in a nuclear attack, but, you know, what's the point? Is it as hot in the subway as it would be on the surface if a thermonuclear war broke out?
It's just not good. This country's just not good for heat. Mind you, we only need a centimetre of snow and everything grinds to a halt, doesn't it? So it's...
Oh
Works both
gosh,
ways.
everybody is saying how hot London has been. Yeah. Well, the thing about tarmac and concrete is that it bakes. It bakes during the day and then at night it radiates heat. I mean, I have a small area in my garden that faces a brick wall, and the plants there do exceedingly well because of the tiny microclimate that is created there. amplify that and expand it by 100,000 times, and you get what is essentially an oven. Yeah, good luck to you London folks. Keep yourselves safe. Don't try and swim in the Thames, or we'll never see you again, and in 400 years somebody will be mudlarking when they come across a human skull, and they'll say, oh look, it's... Yeah. I won't name any names.
It's who? How would they even tell?
I don't know. Which of our friends and customers is most likely to swim in the Thames?
Hayley.
Yeah, Hayley.
I don't know why I said Hayley.
Well, honestly...
She does the wild swimming, well, her husband James does the wild swimming.
We were in a river
accent.
yesterday, so you can't really...
That's true.
I am criticising people. We were in the Thames.
Me and Roxy do the wild swimming as well.
Yeah.
Let's hope none of us end up in the Thames.
Okay. Let's all collectively promise that we're not going to jump in any rivers. Gaz says, wasn't there a skyscraper that was curved enough to focus the sun and melt cars on the street? Yes, it was the Walkie-Talkie building in London. And the concave surface acted as a huge magnifying glass and melted somebody's Jaguar on the street below.
They didn't think that one through then, did they?
Do they ever with modern architecture?
No.
Dutch has volunteered to go into the river as tribute. Yes, funnily enough, it is a dark river. The Thamesis means dark one, and that's the origin of the word Thames. And Grumpet says, me, because I've done it. He's been in the Thames.
I read a few of Dutch's tweets this week.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to know whether he... Because he contacted the council to see if there's any sort of wasteland that you can rent.
Okay.
And put a little workshop on there.
That's interesting.
And I was interested to see if what the council say about that.
Not my tweets.
You never know who's watching.
Listen, if we follow you, we're not big Twitter people, but things do come up in our feed occasionally, don't they?
Yeah.
And, what can we say? You're very, very interesting people. All of our customers and friends are just like incredibly fine intelligence and, culturally switched on and funny. What does that say about us, that we attract these people?
I don't know. Because I'm none of those things.
Are we attracted to serving them? Probably more that, I think. Yeah. Dutch says, council got back, but no luck, unfortunately. But I'm on their mailing list now. It could be worth putting your name down for an allotment. You could potentially pop a shed on there. There are also certain places that offer incubation spaces for young artists and craftspeople. If you have a project that you
I just thought it was interesting, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Hey,
I see you all.
No rivers here. Yeah, we're always watching. Panopticon. Not really. Oh, you spy. You should have been a member of the FBI. Amy says she's going to have a dip in a stream in Wales.
Good idea.
That sounds lovely. Oh, and Gaz says, I've printed off the Crystal Dragon at 150% size. I have plans for a project. Oh, cool. Hi, Sir Duke. Nice to see you.
What colours are you going to go for, Gaz?
Yeah, what's the project? We need to know everything.
I need to know everything.
Yes, especially you. MI6 agent.
Oh, concerning Kickstarter, we're just waiting for them to give us the funds because they take a really long time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well,
you've been working on the zine, haven't you?
Yeah, so I issued an update earlier on in the week concerning the Kickstarter. And it is just literally a case where they are taking a very long time to process our funds and deliver them again.
Everything's fine though, don't worry.
As
soon as it comes through, we start manufacturing and it'll be quick from there, especially the digital.
Works out usually
digital
about
content will be
12
quick.
working days. It's been up to about 18 working days in the past.
Yeah.
For those payments to come through to us. And then at that point, of course, we can see who's paid and who hasn't paid. So at that point, we can see if there are any dropped
you do
pledges.
get some dropped ones occasionally.
Naturally, yeah, because people use out-of-date credit cards and one thing or another. Maybe their payment didn't go through for whatever reason. And so at that point you get a comprehensive list of all of your backers that have paid, and any dropped pledges are removed from the campaign. So then we are safe to deliver rewards, because
will we send the surveys out after that?
absolutely, yeah. So backer surveys will go out.
Yeah.
You'll be able to put your selections on there for any miniatures that you've got, that you've chosen. And then it's simply a case of manufacturing and delivering to you, something that we're looking forward to.
Yeah. But there's certainly nothing to worry about, guys. So it's
no, God, we're
we're in
old,
hand. You
old
know us.
hacks when it comes to Kickstarter now.
You know us.
Yeah.
Reliable.
Yes, completely. Don't worry. Everything is cool. And I've been working on some really interesting artwork, actually. Really interesting artwork.
What, for the zine?
Yes, for the zine.
Well, that's
so
good.
I'm pairing really strong graphical elements with really soft pencil drawings, which I'm
lovely.
then running through a photocopier to create some really interesting and original.
I can do you some renders if you want as well.
Yeah, you certainly can. Yeah, they would look great.
If you need anything, just let me know.
I will show off that artwork actually next week. Gaz says, I'm going to paint it using object source lighting, emphasising the crystal glow. I'm thinking purple and green, but adding some fluorescent ink to make it vibrant.
Fab.
That sounds really, really exciting. And it's not easy as well. You know, to imagine where that light is going to be cast from an object. Dutch says, give it that old school zine effect. Yeah, that's definitely the plan. That's definitely the plan. Of course, you need to have a degree of legibility, because it is a 5e adventure that needs to be read by a variety of folks. But the artwork's looking good, and I'm very pleased with it so far.
I think we should do more zines.
I was considering doing vile contraptions. It's been something that's been on my mind for a long time. Because I don't think D&D has enough constructs.
I think you're probably right.
And I'd love to do a little zine for Games Expo called Vile Contraptions. That kind of takes inspiration from Victorian engravings of... they used to have incredibly ornate sewing scissors and things like that that would just make the most wonderful little clockwork robots.
Fab.
Of which, of course, in my campaign we see a lot. Hayley says, when are the spell circles being sent out? It was my objective, Hayley, to get them out 2 weeks ago, but with my... I was incapacitated, as they say. And I did not manage that. But they're coming imminently. They're actually all done, so it's just a case of compiling them into a product and getting that uploaded onto the website. Hayley says, do it. Do Vile Contraptions. Yeah. Yeah, perhaps I will. Certainly the most difficult side of that would be balancing the mechanics, which I find not dreadfully difficult at lower levels, but once you get into higher levels and legendary actions and reactions and really complicated monsters, then it can be quite challenging, actually.
I think you're either really into that side of things or not, and I'm not.
Yeah. As a DM, that's not my strength.
No.
Gaz says, oh, I would love that so much. Clockwork, Da Vinci, all of it. Yeah, sounds good, doesn't it? There's quite an active community of zine traders as well.
I just love zines. I mean, who doesn't love a zine?
Exactly.
You know.
Right. So the zine that we're working on, of course, is going to be printed on something called Kaleidostock, which will mean that every zine is completely unique because of the arrangement of the paper. So one might have a purple front cover, one might have an orange front cover, and then you open it up and the next page is grey and the next one is purple. So they're all going to be completely different because the paper that they're printed on is going to be random. Really, really bright, striking pastel colours. So that'll be a nice touch.
Beautiful.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't wait to see.
Crumpet says, having more zines would be nice. I know there's a lot of work in them, but general GameTea zines could be really nice. I agree with that.
We've already got modules that we could put into the zines.
Yeah, so the plan is, of course, I'm producing the zine. It's also going to have a digital version, which if you've elected for a digital reward on the Kickstarter, you'll get a digital version of the zine, which will look identical to a physical zine. Of course, it won't be on Kaleido stock. I'll have to imitate the look of coloured paper. So I'm doing 2 different versions. One is black and white, which will make the print file for the physical zine, and the other is coloured, which will be on the digital. So they are going to be released as a digital version. It's just an interesting way to present things, and I think as a DM they're going to look nice as well, because you'll get a zine style map and tokens.
Oh, lovely.
Aesthetically just a bit different. And so if you are into a kind of a retro presentation, they're going to be nice for that. Because I love making maps, and I love the cinematic look, and that aesthetic, it appeals to me enormously. And I love the dynamic lighting, and I love how that looks on my maps. And I can spend all day arranging a plate of food on an officer's desk in a cabin with lush candles, and I like, going into supreme levels of detail on those maps.
Yeah.
But I also like hand drawing a map, and I love those retro dungeons that you can find. Perhaps you know an older DM, or perhaps you've seen them on Pinterest and whatever, and they have this look about them that is inimitable, and that is what people will get in the zine.
Fab.
A map that looks a little bit different.
Lovely.
And you'll be able to print those, of course, for your own use, or use them on digital virtual tabletops. If you study any BA degree that comes under the media umbrella, does a semester on making zines? Oh, it's considered a core subject now due to the increase in popularity of zines, says Crumpets. That's interesting. That is interesting.
Very.
And Kiltia says it's sounding so fabulous, can't wait to see it. I did want to ask everybody a question, actually. How do you feel about being in the credits of the zine? I don't have a huge amount of room, but, the backers, I think we would just... How many backers did we get? About 200? I can fit 200 names on a page.
It's a nice idea.
I was thinking about putting people on the credits. It will be your Kickstarter name, obviously, the name of your Kickstarter account. What do you think? Let me know, and that'll be my final question of the night. What do you think? Credits page, yes or no? Do you read them? Do you want them? You probably don't read them, but are they a nice tribute to our backers? I would say yes. Yeah.
I'd like to do it.
Yeah. Dutch says, I'd be interested, certainly. Leo, I'd be interested. Max says, yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's a nice way to thank our backers as well. They've always been with us, and they really do deserve thanks for making it such a success. Crumpet says it's a nice nod. Yeah, I agree. Kiltia, sounds like a lovely idea. Right, okay, well that's settled then. That's exactly what we'll do. And Crumpet says, and people can opt out if they'd rather not. Easier to opt out than opt in. Yeah, I'm sure there's a method that we can use to check people's
privacy. Maybe if we put it on the survey. Do you want to be included in the credits or not? Yes, no.
Yep.
Simple as that, really.
Yeah, definitely. Fariali says, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we'll ask people that question. Obviously, it's important to respect people's privacy. It's a very sweet idea, but I don't mind, says Gaz. Hayley says, the project I've backed before, creators have done this, and it is lovely seeing all the people who have supported them. It's their way of saying an extra thank you. I will make that a field on the survey. If people want to, they can. If they do not want to, that is perfectly fine. We will respect their wishes and we won't include them on the credits page. Right, has anybody got any more questions for us about whatever you like?
I mean, we've covered pretty much everything. Time travel, aliens,
space, simulation, the Kickstarter.
We like the simulation thing. We talk about that a lot, don't we?
You're convinced, aren't you?
No, not convinced.
Yeah, wouldn't it be weird?
But there's a probability.
If they sent like the Voyager probe and then it gets to a certain point and then it just appears again on the the
Yeah.
radar.
Yes,
Well,
because
not
it's
the radar,
gone. It's
whatever.
gone in just a huge.
It's just gone like like to the boundaries and then it's
back again.
and then it's gone back again. You know, like a glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kasimov says noodles. Okay. Creepy. Dutch says, are you suggesting the black hole horizon theory of the simulation? Yeah, that's the one. That's
Maybe it comes back
definitely the
covered
one.
in noodles.
Oh, it comes back covered in noodles. It comes back with a special edition of a pot noodle that nobody's ever tasted before, like Interstellar Coke.
Interstellar.
Yeah. Have you tasted it?
Yes, it's nice.
Yeah. Marshmallows I can taste.
Well, it's like
And cinnamon.
vanilla-y.
Oh, okay.
That's what I get.
That's what I get.
Cinnamon and marshmallows is what I got.
Did you have COVID at the time?
Sorry. I was doing an impression of a choker.
Or a midnight toke.
A midnight toker. Yeah. I'm okay, everybody. Yeah, right. Okay, well that seems like a good place to... Don't tease me. Why are you all laughing? All laughing. I think it's hilarious that I'm carrying the plague.
You were.
Question from me above. Ah, yes. Have we got any new candles coming out for the summer that can be talked about? So we're currently in the middle of a massive candle restock.
We just had Goblin King.
Mm-hmm.
And oh gosh, what was the other one now?
Team Wonderland.
Team Wonderland.
Yes.
So that was kind of spring
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Our next release is usually autumn.
Yeah.
Around Halloween, we do a special Halloween one and some Christmas ones and stuff. So, but we've got some lovely summer ones. We've got Summer Solstice.
Solstice Dew.
Sorry, Solstice Dew. Cooper Beaches, that's a fab one.
Highly recommended for a summer fragrance. Yeah.
Springtime Shire. It's we're summer now, aren't we?
Witch's Garden.
Oh, Witch's Garden.
That is really lovely.
That's a really nice one for summer.
Lovely scent of rhubarb and raspberry. Nice botanicals. Everybody's having an excellent discussion about sci-fi. And Haley says Apothecary Shop is lovely.
Yeah, it's a nice herby one.
Got nettles in there and the heart note. Very fresh.
Lovely.
And Leo says, I'm having to do a restock of some of the older candles as I've burned all of them and Crumpets wants to smell them. Yeah, interesting. In fact, I think I answered a question about those candles the other day, didn't I? But there is in existence a spreadsheet. It contains all of the candles and all of the numbers. They are limited editions, some have gone out of stock and will not ever be returning, so if you've got them, well, good on you if you've managed to get Quantum Tunnel or Snake or Puffin Bakery. Gaz says, do we have any plans to invade TikTok? Well,
We don't understand TikTok.
I wanted Roxy to open up a TikTok.
Roxy doesn't understand TikTok either.
But she says, yeah, okay.
Hayley, do us a TikTok.
Hayley, show us how to use TikTok, please.
Rosie might be able to do it, or Gaynor.
The only things I ever see on TikTok are just funny videos. People making
So,
faces
the other
themselves.
day, I watched a video of a man reporting a woman for breastfeeding a cat on a plane, and the stewards come along, they take the blanket off the cat, which she's disguising as a baby, and it's not a cat, it's a lynx, and it is a stuffed taxidermy version of a lynx, and she's still claiming it's a baby, she's claiming it's a service animal, actually, who is exempt from the rules, and then the camera pans around, and the lynx taxidermy version has googly eyes. So
I think that's horrible,
if you
actually, to claim that it's a service animal.
If you're expecting that type of content from GameTea, I don't know what to tell you guys.
Exactly.
I don't know what to tell you.
We could do some funny things, though, couldn't we?
Like what?
Like everyday life is funny in our office, isn't it, though?
Dutch says, and that's enough internet flat out. That's it, no more. Gaz says, what? Yeah, it was Max who sent me that. Bloody Max. She's always sending me, always send me videos.
Max,
always sending me
why?
videos of go watch. You know, I didn't want that in my life.
You're scarred now. Just like in Fist of the North Star.
Oh. Why do they... I must have a face that says,
Scar me.
show me. Shocking videos. Dutch has done a few TikToks, mostly reading Terry Pratchett quotes. I think I could do some useful ones for DMs about puzzles. I think we're lagging maybe a little bit. Max got censored.
Why?
There's the cat vid. Oh no, Max, you can't spread your poison here.
No.
Kilty says you could do product videos like top 5 summer candles or the best dice for a race, class or theme. That's a nice idea.
We need somebody to help us with TikTok.
Leo,
if you think you can help us with
Crumpets,
TikTok,
you
please
can-
get in touch.
You can unblock Max's link. But, you know, abandon hope, all ye who enter here. That's what I'll say to that link.
If you're sensitive or scar easily, don't.
No, it's
just
not.
click
It's
on
not
it.
like that. I'll show you it. Crumpet says they didn't post a link. Max, what are you doing? Are you just hammering the keyboard? Max, you posted 3 stars, Crumpet says. Max trolling you all. Oh my goodness me. This is what it's like having a Belgian best friend. This is everyday life for me. Links just flying in, and I don't mean links Links. I mean the cat. Links flying in when you least expect it. There's a taxidermy Lynx. Because by the way, Max loves
the last
taxidermy.
video
as well.
I saw was Max trying to ride a little tiny weenie bicycle and falling off and failing. Like it was like this big, the bicycle thing.
Oh my life. Ah. We caused a sensation in Max's office with a fake poo.
The fake poo. Yeah, that was great though. That old-fashioned joke shop in Yorkshire.
Yeah, when I was in Scarborough, I managed to buy a fake poo, and then it somehow went to Belgium, and then it somehow ended up in a historical museum.
Well, first it was like in Mum's slipper,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yes.
And then it. Oh, that was a really good video. That
Right,
was, wasn't
okay.
it?
It's almost 8:30. Can you believe that? We've gone on for an hour and a half.
Oh, we've been going on and on about space.
And fake poos. And... I couldn't resist that fake poo when I saw it. I really, really couldn't, and we had such a laugh with it. The simplest things. Yeah, and anyway, it ended up ruining one of Max's colleagues' lives.
Not that dramatic.
My work here is done. Right, okay everybody. Well, I believe that is where we're going to call it. If everybody's questions have been satisfied. And it is so wonderful to be back. It really is. We've missed you terribly. And when I first caught COVID, my first thought was, oh no, I can't do the stream on Wednesday. And
yeah,
I
and you were like,
really,
Lucy,
really...
do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just going to
you
be
could
sat here.
have.
Hi everybody.
You could have.
It's just me. Talking about space.
Well, with that, we will see you next week. Thank you very, very much for joining us for GameTea. It's good to be back, and it's lovely to spend time with you once again, everybody. So we will see you very, very soon. Next week, next Wednesday. See you later.